And today, 8:13, the Doc's in. Welcome back, Doc.
Hey, good morning.
Dr. Kevin's back, Ryan Wellness Institute.
How's
Did you
everybody?
enjoy your little time off?
I did. Had a good little time off.
Excellent.
I'm 1 year older. I'm a week older, but it seems like
Well, happy belated birthday.
Yeah, thanks.
Have you been watching the Olympics since you got back?
I have. Yeah, I have. Did you guys catch my Facebook post?
I
the other day on
did.
Michael Phelps. Yeah,
I absolutely did. The
so it was-
cupping.
yeah, about the cupping. It was funny. You know, I had people calling me going like, "What's wrong with him?" Is
Yes,
he,
it's
does
what
he have a
disease does
or
he?
something?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everybody saw, what are those round crop
Yeah.
circles on his back?
Yeah.
And so those they look like a big hickeys. Those are marks. They actually are big hickeys. Those
I guess they are.
They are.
Yeah, there was a girl in my biology. There was a girl in my biology class in high school. She could have done that.
Dear.
Yeah. You know, cupping is really, when it comes down to it, though, is really an amazing treatment. It's been around for thousands of years, and it's a kind of an Eastern medicine, Chinese medicine thing. And, you know, one of the major theories of Eastern medicine is that if an area of the body is sick or painful or damaged, the more blood that you can get to that area, the faster that it's going to heal. So, and it kind of makes sense if you think about it. The blood contains all the healing chemicals, the oxygen, washes out the waste products. It has blood cells designed to kill foreign invaders and bad cells. So if you can bring more blood to the area, it will heal faster. And that's kind of an Eastern medicine theory.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
I've heard people say that when you sprain like your ankle, the first thing people want to do is put ice on it to get the swelling down. And they say, don't do that. The swelling is actually blood accumulation. Right. And that's actually good for it. True or not?
Yeah, there's some theories behind that. You know, and there's even some theories and some research going on about actually heating it. And for that same reason. Yeah. So I was
getting blood to it.
Yeah, but listen, still ice your sprained ankle when it first happens, though.
Oh, when it first happens?
Don't put heat on it. Yeah, I'm not saying to put heat on it, but there's some theories out there that may actually benefit it more. But, you know, don't knock this Eastern medicine stuff. Their outcomes, their patient outcomes, the amount of patients that they get well using things like needling and cupping and these herbs are in many cases better than ours are in Western medicine. And their life expectancy is way longer than ours. So, you know, don't knock that and say,
don't poo-poo there.
Yeah, that's crazy stuff.
And then you got Michael Phelps, who just won, 20 gold medals? 20 medals?
Yeah. So what happens when you place a cup over this damaged tissue and you put it under a vacuum? What it does is it brings all that blood up into that damaged area, bringing oxygen, healing chemicals, and a healing process to that area. And making a big hickey in the process, but
wait a minute. So you're saying that there is some sort of damage to their bodies? That's why they do it?
Yeah, he probably had something wrong with that shoulder. You know, it was all on that on that right shoulder.
Right.
Yeah. So he probably sprained his shoulder, or he may
just from all the training.
Yeah, tore a little muscle, or he was having some muscle sprain or strain or something along that whole shoulder there.
Okay.
And you see this on a lot of the athletes, but. What happens when you place that cup over there and you create a vacuum in that cup, it brings all that blood up to that area, causing it to heal faster. So, I mean, it's amazing. It's a treatment that I do practice at the office. It's very effective. It works remarkable. And I use it on things like, you know, damaged shoulders, rotator cuffs, knees, necks, any painful tissue. You can bring more blood and it promotes it to heal faster. Now,
is it painful? For the patient?
Not really.
No.
I mean, you are.
No,
you are.
Why do you?
Not really.
CJ, let me ask you this: have you ever had a hickey before?
Yeah.
Was it painful?
No.
Okay. Well, there you go.
No.
I mean, tell us more, CJ.
No.
Yeah.
And how long does that ring last?
It depends on how damaged the tissue is, and that's the other really neat thing about it is the longer it sort of stays there, usually the more damaged that tissue is. So healthy tissue, that ring will be gone in a few days.
Yeah.
If it's a damaged tissue, it might last 4 or 5 days.
How long do you
can actually keep an eye on?
How long do you? It sounds awful, but how long do you have to suck it? I mean, vacuum it. How long?
Usually just a few seconds, few minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not long. Now, way back in history, they would use a glass cup and a flame, and they would flame over the glass cup and stick it to the body.
Yeah.
And we don't use fire and glass anymore. We have sterile plastic cups and a vacuum extractor now. So
do you do it or one of your sisters?
No, I do it. Yeah, I do it myself.
Well, and that's something, Doc. I think now that Michael Phelps has done this and it's kind of all over, everybody's going to start doing this.
Yeah.
But you're someone who's got experience doing this for years. Yeah.
You need to talk more about this kind of stuff when you come in here,
I know.
Doc.
It's another one of those things where everybody's like, "Oh, this is the newest thing." I'm like, "I've been doing that for a while, guys."
Yeah.
No, how long have you been doing it? Really?
I guess about 2 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, about 2 years now.
Right there in Broussard.
Right in Broussard. And so, I don't think I would want to use a glass cup in a flame. But if you look up cupping online or you look up cupping, you might see that. That's not how it's done anymore. We don't use the glass in the flame. They still do that in China or in the Orient sometimes. Now, get this. This is going to blow you away. The earliest recording use of cupping to heal areas of the body was 1550 BC. Wow. The Egyptians used to use cupping to heal the body. And
they were amazing people too.
They were. And it's been used in almost every civilization since then. The ancient Greece, Hippocrates used it to treat structural problems and internal disease. So they've used it in China for centuries. So, it's funny how we say, oh, we have this new treatment. It's called cupping. It's been around since civilization has been around, but I mean, it's new to us because we're used to the Western model where I have X symptom. That means I have Y disease. That means I need to take Z medicine. And it's just, it's not always like that. But if it's something that's been around for thousands of years and it's still being done on the Olympians today, you can guarantee it's something that works pretty well.
Yeah.
The Olympians get the very best treatments in the entire world.
Yeah.
And
some of the pro football trainers are doing it too, I read. Yeah.
Yep. So the next remarkable treatment that the athletes are all getting is dry needling. And I was just reading an article on the percentage of athletes that receive dry needling. It's like almost 90% of them receive dry needling protocol.
Dave, what is that now?
Okay, why don't we go ahead and cut to break, and then I have a whole section on dry needling right after the break. So stay tuned.
All right, Doc's in, and we're talking about cupping, and now, are you saying needling?
Needling, yeah. So the Olympic athletes are the very best in the world. They spend their entire lives to be the very best they can be at their sport. And they also get the very latest and best treatments available in the world. And it makes me so proud that we offer almost the exact same treatment protocols at the Bryant clinics as what you read about these Olympic athletes getting. I mean, the same protocols, some of the same technologies. And I'm just super, super proud of that. And we take this stuff very seriously. And we only put treatments in place that are proven to be some of the most effective treatments in the world. And another one of those is dry needling. And a lot of the athletes are starting to get this. So the way dry needling works is it's very similar to the cupping in which the goal is to bring more blood to the area. And so what happens when an area of the body, just let's take a shoulder or a lower back. So when that area of the body gets in pain, so there's some kind of damage and an area of it starts to go into pain. Well, the body's response to that area is to splint. What splinting means is the tissues and muscles around it tighten down to protect it. That's called splinting. It's a reflex. There's nothing you can do about it. Your body does it automatically.
Especially like if there's a spinal injury.
Yeah.
The first thing the muscles along the spine will do is
contract.
Contract, right.
Yeah. Same thing with shoulder.
To protect it so that you don't move it.
Yeah. It's called splinting. This is why if you ever notice you smash your thumb, you grab it and hold it close to your body. That's splinting. That's your body protecting that area. It's a human reflex. It doesn't matter if you're from Bangladesh or, Louisiana, you're going to do the exact same reflex.
Wow.
And so it's called splinting. Now, the problem with this is when the tissues splint or contract around a painful area, it can slow the blood flow to the area.
Sure.
Because the muscles are too tight.
Sure.
Right. So then that slows the healing process because it doesn't get the oxygen and healing chemicals that it needs. Well, that slows down the healing process, which makes it more painful, which makes it tighten worse, which pushes more blood flow out, which makes it hurt worse. And you get this downward spiral.
So the body actually does something that is helpful, but but bad at the same time.
Yeah, it takes care of its emergency situation, what it sees as an emergency, and at the expense of what's going to happen long term.
Got it.
So if I fracture a vertebrae in my back, my body's going to splint to protect me from moving it. Well, also if it's just hurting in my lower back, it's going to splint to protect it. So that's the reason that one area of your body may hurt for a few days and get better, and another area may hurt and not go away and become chronically painful. The difference is, could the body get enough blood flow to make it feel better? Or did it go into this downward spiral of pain, contraction, push out the blood flow, less oxygen, more pain?
Wow.
Got it.
So that's why one person may get chronic pain and the next person hurts for a few days and they're better.
Wow.
So I can take that chronic pain, be it a shoulder, neck, knee, low back, whatever, and I can begin to insert little tiny acupuncture needles around that area. And the body sees those acupuncture needles as a foreign invader and reverses this whole process immediately. The vessels open, rushing blood to the area, bringing fresh chemicals and oxygen to the tissues. It washes out all of the waste products built up from the contraction. You know, when you contract a muscle, it builds up lactic acid, kind of like when you work out at the gym.
Or get a massage.
Yep. And that brings fresh cells to eat up all the damaged cells. And then it also signals the body to actually build new tissue in the area. So when you take this downward cycle of spasm and pain and you start to insert these little tiny acupuncture needles in it, it reverses that whole process. The area will get super red. It's going to bring oxygen there. It's going to wash out the waste products.
Do you do that too?
I do. Yeah.
No way, Doc.
Yeah.
How long? No, stop. Press pause. How long have you been coming here? Sitting right there?
What, 6 years? 5,
Long
6 years?
time.
Yeah.
Long time. And we're just finding this out?
Yeah, I guess. I think I've done a show on the dry needling before.
You may have been out, but he's done shows.
It's been a while.
I didn't know you did that there.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing treatment.
What, Broussard and New Iberia?
Yeah. So we can take a chronic, quote, uncorrectable condition, somebody with a chronic lower back or a chronic knee problem or a chronic frozen shoulder or a painful shoulder or a rotator cuff injury, and finally get it to respond using these amazing treatments. Now, these needles, I know some people are like, oh my gosh, I don't want that. They're tiny. They're about the width of the human hair. They're 1/3 the width of a mosquito bite. So they're tiny.
1/3.
1/3 the size of a mosquito bite. So
you must not even feel them.
Well, I mean, you feel them some, but I mean, it's not like getting a hypodermic needle injected in you. It's not. They're tiny. But these Olympic athletes are the very best. They get the very best treatments available, and I'm just so proud that we offer some of the very same ones. But you shouldn't have to be an Olympic athlete to get the most effective treatment protocols in the world. I mean, these things are available. People just don't understand them, and they don't know about them. People are so ingrained in that I have X symptom, that means I have Y disease, that means I need to take Z medicine to cover it up. That's just sort of the way we're brainwashed from the time we're babies. We take a baby when, you feel bad, take this, you'll feel better. We grow up with that sort of, I need to take this to feel better, to cover up my symptoms. That's just the way we're born and raised in the West. But you shouldn't have to be an Olympic athlete to get some of these most effective protocols. So, if somebody out there is really, truly fed up with that type of a treatment, covering up more and more problems and never fixing them, give us a call. I mean, we have some of the latest treatment programs available out there for this. I tell you what, let's do this. If anyone is truly frustrated by the results they're getting, if you'll call my office and say that you heard it on CJ and Debbie Ray, I will do my normal $200 wellness screening for our listeners and to see if my methods can help at no charge. I'll waive my fee.
Wow.
So if any of our listeners will call the office, God, the girls are going to kill me for this today. Sorry, girls. Listen,
it's all right,
hope
girls.
y'all aren't too busy over there.
Ain't nobody listening. Nobody listening, girls.
So listen.
Who's going to answer? Is it
So if there's anybody,
who's answering? Who's going to answer the phone?
It'll probably be all of them today.
Okay, all right.
They'll each have a phone. But listen, if anybody out there is truly frustrated, I want to try to help you. My goal for doing this show is to try to help people. And I know that there are folks out there that need help, but they don't want to waste a bunch of money only to have the doctor can't help them.
Yeah.
So I'm eliminating that barrier. If I can't help you, I won't
No
waste your
charge.
time. I won't waste your time. But if you're tired of taking more and more medication to cover up ever worsening symptoms and you are truly looking for a new approach, call and let's see what can be done. Now, my number is 837-7174 if you want to come in and sit down with me and let's talk. Now, if there's no obligation or risk, if I can't help you, we can shake hands and part as friends. But if you tell them that you heard it on the CJ and Debbie Ray show today, I'll waive my consultation fee of $200 for you guys. Now, wait, before you guys call.
But wait,
I have one. No, I have
we'll
one.
double the.
No, I have a big favor to ask of you, and this is from my heart. And please, I know our listeners care about us, and y'all know that we care about y'all. Please don't stand me up.
Oh yeah.
If you call, I'm putting an hour's worth of mine and Kate's time aside to try to help you.
Yeah.
I don't mind waiving my fee, but please have the courtesy not to no-show me.
Sure.
Because I could have given that slot to somebody else who really did want it, who really did want to get better. So I don't mind waiving my fee for you to see if I can help you. But what I do mind is just not showing up and leaving me standing around. All right. And so I'm very, very busy. So that's the only thing that I have to ask. If you call and make an appointment, then just please show up for your appointment. That's all I ask of you.
Bernice, you need to give out that phone number again.
All right. So if you're truly ready for change, you can call my office and we'll take a look at you. And it's 837-7174. Guys, listen, aren't you tired of the treatment that you've been doing and it's not changing anything? I mean, aren't you tired of covering up worse and worse symptoms with more and more stronger and stronger medication and your health continuing to spiral downward?
Not to mention medicines aren't cheap.
Right. And so this downward spiral is not going to go away unless you do something different. You know, you can't keep doing the same old things and expecting your health to get better. It's only going to get worse and worse over time. So if you're really ready to change this process now, we are the place that's what we specialize in is reversing this downward trend. And so as you've seen, we talked about today, we have so much more than what I talked about today available. I mean, we have so many more of the latest technologies and treatments. I would literally there's not enough showtime to fit everything in that we have available, to try to help you that you've probably never even heard of before. So I hope you guys will call if you really need my help. I want you to know I'm going to give it 100% to try to help you.
Number again?
837-7174.
Well, thank you, Doc.
You bet.
Wellness Wednesday on KTDY.